Hello guys, welcome back to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Natalie Rydstrom. It's my favorite time of the week actually, when we all come together, we discuss our very best bets headed into the weekend. We've got Stuart from tipsterhq.com, Alex from Need for Tips, and we've got Martin Green, sports writer, and also wine alcohol connoisseur. How's everyone doing?
Cheers.
Yeah, pretty good. Awesome day in Champions League yesterday.
I'm very happy.
Cheers.
Champions League went very well midweek. All my 4 suggestions for each game came off, so very happy about that. Hoping we can keep the good run going into the weekend's football matches. We'll have to.
I got 50-50 on the pre-match tips, and I got 1 in-play tip right. So I did all right. I did came out nicely because that Juventus win was very, very nice. Thank you very much. And Monaco.
That sure was. And also as well, because we were talking about who was going to score the next goal, Martin suggested that it would be Real Madrid. I think the odds were 2.75. So that was
I said Real Madrid. Martin needs to dance for that because he was against me.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah,
I wasn't against you per se. I wasn't like starting an argument with you about it, but I thought at the time Bayern Munich were looking horrible, but that sending off really changed the picture of things, and that's the problem with what we're doing here. You just can't account for something like that happening. That changed the whole shape of the game out of nowhere, and suddenly Real Madrid were the dominant team. So
yeah,
how it goes.
I know. When I saw that send-off, I thought big man and his Real Madrid bet were safe. I was like, big man's got that bet for sure.
Yeah, he was a happy lad, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Okay, so before we start, I'm going to quickly go to the movie tips, but I'm just going to quickly run through our record, share screen, and there we go. So, as we can see here, we have got Stuart in the lead there, got an ROI of 131.4, profit of 14.1 there. And then we've got Alex, second place, ROI of 119.5 with 12.3 units of profit. Then we've got myself with 116.6 ROI and 7.8 units of profit. And then Martin just slightly behind, 113.4 ROI and 6.9 units of profit. But we
to give you the total is 41.2 units of profit.
Wow.
Well, I was doing better than that before. It must have been Arsenal. Arsenal let me down.
It was the Arsenal bet that actually brought us all down. I think if Alex would have won the Arsenal bet as well, he would have. Cheers, Alex.
I'm never choosing Arsenal as my banker again for the rest of my days. There you go.
I've done that with Manchester United. I did that a while ago. I'm like, they're gone. I'm not. Although I think I might have a bet for them, but maybe for the Premier League rundown. But let's kick off. Anybody got a preference of the league that we want to start with?
Has anybody got any UEFA Europa League games? Because they're being kicked off.
We did a Europa League show, so you should be able to find it on the YouTube archive.
Unless you've got some bets.
No, not for me. It's just we got guys asking about it on the chat there.
Oh, yeah, no, head on over. Type in Europa League or something like that. I'll have a look and post the link up. Alex, myself, and Martin, we ran through all 4 matches and gave our bets. So I'll post that in a sec. Kicking off, Tottenham versus Bournemouth. Stuart, I'm really surprised you didn't have a bet for this match.
Well, I couldn't really see anything that appealed to me. I mean, I'd love to see a Spurs win, and I think we will see a Spurs win, obviously, because they're so good. But Bournemouth are the kind of side that play good, attractive, open football. So I think we'll see goals scored, goals from both sides, probably over 2.5. But I really didn't see anything that just made me go, yeah, I've got to get on that. So I stayed out of it.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to actually go for Tottenham minus 1.5, 1.75. Tottenham are scoring machines. They are pounding through to the finish line, obviously hoping that Chelsea slip up. Last home match, they beat Watford 4-0. Definitely think that, I don't know whether Bournemouth can score. They are up against Tottenham at home with the best defence there. So I think only 8 goals conceded, best defence in the league. So Tottenham minus 1.5, 1.75 is my first bet. Next, we've got Crystal Palace versus Leicester. Alex.
Yeah, I think that Leicester was surprisingly okay. They lost yesterday, but surprisingly well they played. I thought that from the first half that Atletico Madrid will score a lot of goals in front of Leicester, but they defended really well. I think that it will count a lot of this Champions League match in their away game at Crystal Palace. I see Crystal Palace heavy favorites for this game. They can win at even more than 1 goal difference. One interesting statistic is 13 matches without any draw at Crystal Palace, for Crystal Palace. So I'm seeing them winning this match. 1.8 for Crystal Palace to win home.
Okay, yeah, I was looking at that, to be honest, and especially I think this is a really important. Leicester can turn this around. They've proven themselves to be strong at home all season. They can turn it around next week. Be interesting when we talk about the match. But I'm just going to go for the simple over 2.5 goals in this match, price 2. I think Crystal Palace can score these by themselves. Obviously, great spirits after beating Arsenal 3-0. Sorry, Martin, to bring that back up again. But and then obviously, you know, Leicester was in a sort of a high-scoring defeat against Everton 4-2. I think we'll see both teams scoring over 2.5 goals. I think we'll see a goals fest, but I'm just going to sit with over 2.5 goals, priced 2.
I think we have to, on this one, I think we have to say that, you know, Leicester rested some players for the last game, and they're a tough game up against Everton. And Crystal Palace, they had it fairly easy, and they're probably not going to find it as easy this time as they did against Arsenal last time. Hey, Martin.
Stop it! I'm just paint a target on myself here.
Okay. That's a quite strong one. Everton versus Burnley. Just Alex did not have a bet. Alex, tell us why you are not betting this match.
Come on, I'm not an Everton fan, and I will go with Martin on this one. I hope that Burnley will do kind of miracle here for Arsenal to close to make the gap bigger between them and Everton, because it's they are dangerous for Arsenal, to tell you the truth.
At the moment, yeah.
All right. Well, Martin, you've got a tip for this match, Everton versus Burnley.
Yeah, what appeals to me about this game, as we've spoken about several times on this show, is Burnley's dreadful away form. Fantastic at Turf Moor and absolutely horrible on the road. They've picked up a couple of draws over the last couple of months, but haven't really got any results away from home. And Everton are on fire at the moment. They've been playing some great football. Romelu Lukaku is in strong form. I think they can win this one quite comfortably. So I'm just going to go for Everton -1 Asian handicap at odds of 1.74.
Yeah, Marta, exactly the same as my bet there. Panel 1.75, Everton -1, Burnley winless on the road. Also struggling to score, just 9 all season whilst conceding 30. Everton, they've scored a total of 11 recently, proving a power, and I definitely think we're going to see a lot of goals from the Everton side. Everton -1 is my bet as well. What about you, Stu?
Well, I'm not following the same line as you guys. I'm on something slightly different. Not a crazy bet. Let's not go there. But I'm on under 2.5 goals, 2.05 with Bet Victor. I think we'll see Everton scoring. I don't think we'll see Burnley scoring. Well, I think Burnley will do their best to keep the number of goals down.
Yeah, I like that. Sounds good.
Oh, I'd be nervous. I'd be nervous for an Everton goal, to be honest with you. But all right. All right, he who dares wins. So there we go. Okay. Next one we've got is Sunderland versus West Ham. Interesting. I was pleased actually someone's got a bet for this match. I'm staying away. Sunderland versus West Ham. What have you got, Stuart?
I got 2 for this one. There's a crazy and a sensible. So should we go with a crazy first?
Yeah.
Crazy is a Sunderland win. West Ham, they're a side that are beatable. And Sunderland, they've got, of course, West Ham alumni, Jermaine Defoe, in their side. And I think he's guaranteed a goal in this one. Going to break his scoring duck. He's going to do pretty well. Whether or not that goal's going to be able to win them a game, I don't know, because I'm actually going for both teams to score yes, which I got on. Let me just have a look. 1.62 with Bet365. Obviously not as interesting odds, but you can get around 3.3 for a Sunderland win if you really want to follow the crazy.
Yeah, I was thinking under 2 point. I would two ways. I was looking to play that game. West Ham draw, no bet. I actually was preferring a West Ham or a possible draw. I do think Sunderland could get something out of this, or the under 2 goals, 2.5 goals. Sorry, but all right. Southampton versus Man City. Stuart, you're the only person who does not have a tip for this match. Why do you not have a tip for this match?
I couldn't find any value. I think the bookies have got this one pretty much spot on.
Yeah. Okay. I think I found some value, but let's start with Alex. What do you like here, Alex?
I think it's a must-winner for Manchester City. They bounced back after some crazy results, and they won against Hull City 3-1. Okay, it was home. It was against Hull City. We shouldn't give them so much credit about this win, but I think that they can go to back-to-back victories against Southampton, a dangerous team. Most of all, they are playing home, but I am convinced that Guardiola will put his hand on the team a little bit, and they will win the 3 points here. 1.8 Manchester City to win the match.
All right, taking that Man City win. What about you, Martin?
Exactly the same. I'm going for Man City here. They've been in very good form of late, actually. They've seen a real upturn in their results. I think a lot of it's to do with Leroy Sané up front, who's given them a real extra dimension, a bit like Sadio Mane at Liverpool, gives them real pace and precision and directness. I think they can win this one. I mean, Southampton are a very unpredictable side, but if you put the two teams on paper, Man City really are the better team. So straight Man City win for me at 1.8. I also have another bet for this match, which is the Alex Classic. Both teams to score at over 2.5 goals, 1.96. I think this is always a good bet with Man City because they are horrible defensively. They leave massive gaps open. They've got a terrible goalkeeper and they do concede, but they're very, very good going forwards as well. So that looks a great bet at 1.96.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be a close one. I just think Saints are in very good form at the moment. I think they've 4 wins in 6, home advantage. I was either looking at doing Saints +1, 1.63, or both teams to score. I really like. I'm just going to go for both teams to score 1.65. Not a huge amount of odds. I'm just really nervous about a possible draw or the upset.
Yeah,
so,
I think that there are some matches that you are going with the feeling. Doesn't matter the form of the team, doesn't matter the place on the standings. You have to go sometimes with the feeling, and I have a really good feeling about this Manchester City this round.
Yeah, I'm just answering City, and Itrat is asking City and yes. I don't know what he means. He said, why don't you guys
City and yes, both teams to score.
City. Well, I like both teams to score. I suppose if you collectively go with what we're saying, I'm guessing most people are going for the City one. I like both teams to score, so why not take a shot? Yeah. Okay.
Which will give you over 2.5 as well. So there's your Alex Classic.
Yeah.
Okay. West Brom versus Liverpool. Stuart.
Oh, what have I got for this one? I think this will be a very, very tight game. And West Brom versus Liverpool under 2.5, 1.93 with Pinnacle Sports. West Brom, decent side, hard to break down, playing at home, and Liverpool missing their 2 best players. So very, very difficult for them, I think. I expect Liverpool to win, but it'll be a squeaky one.
Yeah. I'm with you, to be honest with Stuart, but my official tip is Liverpool to win. I think under 2.5 goals, 1.91 I found, and then also Liverpool to win to 0. I don't think West Brom will score in this match. They've got a poor record against the Reds, but it's a Liverpool win for my official tip. Must win for them. So they're going to try everything they can to win this match. And then finally, Manchester United versus Chelsea. Alex.
Yeah, I think that Manchester United will be 100% focused more right now into Europa League. We discussed it earlier, also yesterday, also a few days ago, that Manchester United is struggling to arrive in 4th place in Premier League, and they will try to win Europa League to qualify in Champions League next year. So I think that today's match, as we are talking in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, they will play away at Anderlecht. I think that this match will have they will have some problems in the match with Chelsea because of this match. I think that Chelsea is determined to win the 3 points and to maintain the 7-point gap on Tottenham. And I don't think that Chelsea are gonna lose this game. So for me, Chelsea with draw no bet at an odd of 2.05.
Yeah, must win though. Tottenham hot on their heels. I can imagine Stuart's hoping that Chelsea will lose. Who else has got a bet for this match?
Me.
Me. Go on, Stuart.
Yeah, much the same reasoning as Alex. I think Manchester United are concentrating on the Europa League. I think that's where their focus is going to be. I think Mourinho's already said that it's better for them to be focusing on that, and they've got to win effectively 3 games. If they just win 1 game in the next couple of matches home, and they win those pretty effectively, then they can get through the Europa League. They'll be through to the final, win the final, and they're in the Champions League. To get into 4th place, they're up against stiff competition, and I don't think games like this will help, because I think Chelsea win is a really, really good option. 3.02 with Pinnacle.
Wow.
One interesting stat: Manchester United is undefeated for the last 21 matches in Premier League, and the last team who they suffered the defeat in front was Chelsea 4-0. I don't think few months ago in the reverse match.
Yeah, I remember it. I remember N'Golo Kante just slalom through the Man United defence and put it away, and Antonio Conte went crazy, and Jose Mourinho had a right go at him and said, "Stop celebrating." It was funny things, but yeah, if anyone can beat Man United, it's Chelsea. These two have got a big FA Cup semi-final coming up, so this is a bit of a precursor to that. So whoever wins this one lands a real psychological blow for the FA Cup. So it's a big game.
So what are you going for?
I'm shying away from it. I'm not betting on this one, but actually, if I had to, Stuart's convinced me to go with Chelsea there. That's very good odds on a Chelsea win.
Yeah. I'm actually following trend. I'm following trend in this match. Last 4 out of 5 meetings have gone under 2.5 goals. You've got 2 of the best defences. Man United might be down, but they've got 25 between them. Manchester United at home, Chelsea away. 49 in total combined. These 2 teams have conceded under 2.5 goals, 1.73 paddy power. I think it's going to be a low-scoring match.
Yeah,
it might.
I'm okay with that.
I don't understand why you guys are convinced that Chelsea will win and you don't prefer draw no bet and where you can double your money with it.
Because I'm happy with what I've got.
they like to live on the edge. They like to live on the edge.
I'm not betting this one.
Anyway, True.
All right. Next, we've got final match. Actually, I don't think we've got, none of us have got to. Middlesbrough versus Arsenal. Everyone is staying away. I'm guessing very low value on the Arsenal win there, 1.53. Low odds. Is that why everyone's staying away? Low value.
Yeah,
No,
I guess one thing about Middlesbrough is they just don't really ever have a go. They never really try to show too much ambition in the final third. They really sit back. So if you're going with anything, probably the unders would be a good bet there. I mean, they don't hardly score at all, but they don't really concede very many. And this is a Arsenal side very low on confidence at the moment. So
that was the case under Raitsor Karanka, but under their interim manager, whose name is it Anu? Who's taken over there now at the moment? They are more attacking going forwards. They create more chances. They just haven't got the strikers to put them away. They've got Negredo to score, and that's it.
Yeah.
Apart from that, how long has it been since the guy they got from, what was it, Villa, they brought in? He's gone something like 34 Premier League games without a goal.
Oh, Traore.
No. The other forward they brought in January. Crazy number of games.
Yeah. All right.
I think just don't bet on Arsenal for a little while is the best.
Yeah, I know. I thought you said
that's why I'm saying out of this one.
Sorry?
I thought you said they were going to turn around and start winning.
Well, I said they do it every season. So I've been thinking that this is going to be a typical Arsenal season when Arsenal always finish in the top 4. It's happened every season for the last 2 decades. And then finally it's happened, and this isn't a typical Arsenal season. For the first time in Arsenal's reign, I think Arsenal aren't going to start winning, and they're not going to reach the top 4 for the first time ever, really. So, yeah, we're in new territory for Arsenal, and guess I got that one wrong. I was hoping history would be on our side, but apparently not.
Well, don't worry, mate. Okay, Alex Augsburg will be signing that 2-year contract soon, so it'll be okay.
Augsburg versus Cologne. Martin, you have a tip?
I do have a tip for this game, yes. My tip for this one is both teams to score. Now, A very compelling reason why I think both teams will score in this game. I think a lot of it has to do with the amount of goals both of these two teams concede. They're both pretty dodgy away from, Cologne conceded a lot of goals on the road. Cologne's last game, they lost 3-2 to Mönchengladbach. They really have been shipping a lot of goals lately. Augsburg aren't particularly good at the back. I think it will be quite a tight game, but I can see it maybe ending up 1-1 or 2-1 to one of these teams. So 2.0, double your money on both teams to score.
All right. Hoffenheim versus Mönchengladbach. Myself and Alex have got a tip. Alex, take it away.
Hoffenheim unbeaten home this season, but Gladbach, decent team in the recent weeks. I think that they will find the back of the net against Hoffenheim. Last round, I lost my money on Hoffenheim, but thank God that other tips saved me. So I'm not going with Hoffenheim. I'm going simple like that, over 2.5 goals at 1.7.
Yeah, I'm not burnt yet. I'm still taking that Hoffenheim win. I have to say the odds are too good. And actually, I didn't write them down, funny enough. I think they were priced around 2. They're undefeated at home. They lost to Hamburg away. So I think they've only picked up 4 wins on the road. At home, undefeated, 9 wins, 5 draws. And I think that at home, they're just a different story. I think they're a team to back at home. So I'm taking the Hoffenheim win. I think Mönchengladbach, they struggle on the road. It's a poor form, 13 goals scored all season. I think it'll be a very tough feat for them traveling to Hoffenheim. So Hoffenheim straight win for me is my bet. Mainz versus Hertha. Alex.
Yeah, mine's really poor form, to tell you the truth. Hertha, okay, the second part of the season, I don't understand what happened to them. They started to lose, to drop, not a lot of wins, but they bounced back in the last round and they won. So I think that they can make it 2 wins back to back. And this is the perfect opportunity for them playing in front of such a poor team as Mainz. So Hertha with draw no bet at an odd of 2.4.
Okay, and Martin, have you got a bet for this match?
Yeah, I'm singing from a very similar hymn sheet to Alex. I'm surprised to see Mainz as the favourites to this one. I guess it's because they've got home advantage and they're really, really desperately scrapping for points. But they've lost 5 games in a row. Hertha Berlin are a far better team. I mean, they just beat Augsburg in their last game to kind of get their confidence up a bit. I'm not going to go draw no bet. I'm going to go draw double chance. Fewer odds, but lesser risk at 1.66.
Okay. And then you've also got a tip for Darmstadt versus Schalke.
Do I now? Okay.
Apparently you do.
The spreadsheet says yes. I can move on if you don't.
No. I think I did.
This was one of the crazies I've decided not to put on, and this was a Darmstadt win on the crazies.
Oh, come on. Don't go so far. Come on now.
I'm going Schalke straight win. The reason why I took it off was because they're playing tonight in the Europa League, so I wanted to see how they would get on against Ajax. They might be a little bit tired from that game, but which makes it a bit difficult to predict now before that's happened, how they're going to do at the weekend. But I'll still feel comfortable enough to say that this is a terrible Darmstadt side. Schalke have been picking up a lot of points lately, and I think they can win this one. 1
All right.
What really should win this?
What are the odds for the Schalke win?
1.7.
Okay. Inter Milan versus AC Milan, biggest match there, Serie A. Staying away from this one, I have to say, but definitely watching it. But Alex, you've got a tip here.
Derby della Madonnina. Derby della
Alex shaking his
Madonnina.
head already.
Come on. Everybody knows what I'm tipping for this match. What can I tip more than...
score over 2.5.
This is a 6-pointer. Both teams will want to finish the season in top 5, and this is a 6-pointer. Milan is above, is 2 points clear of Inter right now. And to tell you the truth, Milan is in better shape than Inter. Also, the Chinese bought the club and signed the papers, 747 million euros.
Amazing.
700. So huge amount of money. to give me 2% of them, I will be really happy with that. But I think that Milan is our favorites right here. But I'm still fancying my best combination, both in to score and the over 2.5 priced at 1.85.
Well, they say if it isn't broke, don't fix it. So, it works for you. You know the matches that you look for. This is your bet. So own it. That's a good thing. Stuart, what do you go for?
I'm going for the away side in this one. I think AC Milan are the better side. I think generally they're slightly higher up in the table. I think actually that this takeover will give the club a bit of a boost, and it's exactly what they need going into this Milan derby. So with that combined with the really, really good odds that are available, 3.75 with Bet365.
Stuart was reading my article on Serie A. This is why he's betting like that.
All right, so you're going for the away win.
I might have read it, but the spreadsheet hasn't. So what can I say?
I'll tell you what, I will hold my hand up and say that I did read. I love reading Stuart's EPL rundown. He goes through, it's posted on Sportsbook Review. And there's like a little snippet of the tip and why he's going and whether he's playing and passing. So sometimes if I'm like, and then I actually do have a look. So I'm going to admit to that one. I did have a peek at yours. Today,
it works out pretty well sometimes. Most of the time it's in profit, and last week it got Crystal Palace to beat Arsenal. So
there we go. It's
more mentions I've got added tonight.
So now we understand who is reading which email. So that means that Natalie is reading the email.
No, I read it. It's a really fun little read, and you can hear like Stuart's voice behind it because he'll say like, I don't know, it's worth a read. Find it on Sportsbook Review, the Premier League rundown. He does it every week, so check that out. Fiorentina versus Empoli. I'm going for this one. Oh, no, we missed one. Roma versus Atalanta. Alex.
Yeah, Roma, incredible performance in the past period of time. I think that they are maintaining the pressure on Juventus, even though I think that the Serie A title, it's done. I think that Juventus already won the title, but Roma is fighting till the end. They are an ambitious team. They don't have the stress of any other, either the Cup of Italia, either Champions League, either Europa League. So they will concentrate on their domestic league. Atalanta is a dangerous team. As we know, I love Atalanta. But this time I will have another approach. This is the best odds that I am giving for tonight's top tips. Roma to win and both teams to score at an odd of 2.8.
Oh, okay. I'm taking Roma and the over 2.5 goals here. Roma at home have been a force this season, slightly more sort of struggling on the road, but not, 14 wins, 1 loss. That 1 loss was to Napoli. Also incredible scoring. 11 goals we've seen from Roma in just 4 matches. So I think they can cover the over 2.5 goals by themselves. There's actually as well value if you want to play Roma and the over 1.5 goals. It's about 1.67, but I'm confident about the over 2.5 goals. So it's Roma and over 2.5 priced 2. What's next? Did I just jump on? No. And then okay, next one is Fiorentina versus Empoli, and that's me. Empoli, very poor on the form, fighting relegation, just 3 points there above, but they are terrible at scoring. They've only scored 6 all season long. The last goal was at the end of January, and that was where they lost 4-1 to Crotone. Actually, I've got 2 official bets for this match. Fiorentina to win to 0, 2.3, and Fiorentina minus 1.5, 1.92. I'm just not expecting anything from Empoli. I don't think that they can score. What do you think about that bet? Because no one else decided to play that match.
Yeah, it's an interesting bet, but I think that I will stay away. But I like it. I can agree with your approach.
Okay.
I just get a bit. I think Crotone have won a few games lately and really put the pressure on Empoli at the bottom of the table. So there's only 3 points in it now. Kind of makes me a bit nervous betting against the team that's really scrapping against relegation like Empoli are. But I agree with your reasoning. Okay.
I've got Stuart's article here. I'm going to post in a second. I'm just going to find the one little comment that you can tell it's like Stuart writing the article. It's fun. Genoa versus Lazio. Alex.
Yeah, Genoa, not only that they are coming after 4 defeats in a row, but they didn't find the back of the net in those 4 matches. And I'm not saying that they played Juventus or stuff like that. No, they played Sampdoria, they played Atalanta, but they took 5 from Atalanta and Udinese. I think that, how you say, Lazio are a force. Even though they disappointed me last round, I'm still fancying them to win this match and to keep their fourth spot until the end of the season. And I'm going further than that because the odds for an away win are low. Lazio to win with -1 Asian handicap at an odd of 2.15.
Okay. Pescara versus Juventus, Martin. I was looking at this match. What have you got?
I like this game. There's not a great deal of value just on the straight Juventus win, but I backed them to win to 0 against Chievo last weekend, and they did. They beat them 2-0. This is a Juventus side that just really doesn't concede many goals. I mean, they didn't concede against Messi, Neymar and Suarez against Barcelona. So you would imagine that Pescara, the league's bottom team, would have a very difficult job of scoring against them. I know that Juventus are better at home than they are on the road, and they might be a bit fatigued from their midweek exertions against Barcelona, but still I think their defence will hold resolute and they'll nick a win 1-0 or 2-0. So I'm going Juventus to win to 0, and you can get odds of 2.4 for that, which I think look very good value.
Nice. And then you've got Napoli versus Udinese.
Yeah, Napoli have been in excellent form recently, winning by hefty margins time after time. But I like this Udinese side. I watched them draw 1-1 with Juventus, and ever since then they've been in great form. They beat Pescara and Palermo by a hefty margin, drew with Torino, and then they beat Genoa 3-0 last time out. They're no mugs, this Udinese side, so I think they might lose, but I don't think they'll get battered here. So I don't think they'll take a heavy beating. So Udinese plus 1.75 on the Asian handicap gets you odds of 2.04.
Wow. Wow, guys, definitely got the value there. And then Athletic Bilbao versus Las Palmas, you have a tip here too.
Oh, I'm just staying in the hot seat. Yeah, I mean, this isn't amazing value, but Athletic Bilbao have the 4th best home record in the league. If it was only at home, they'd be in the Champions League places. Very, very strong on their home turf. Las Palmas have pretty much the worst away record in the entire league. So I think odds of 1.53 on Bilbao just look too good to turn down, really. That'll be the first thing that I'll be putting in any accumulator this week.
All right, one for the ACCA. And then Sporting... Pardon?
1.53, you said?
On Bilbao.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
One for an ACCA. I know Alex is probably thinking...
Betway.
1.53
at Betway.
Okay, Sporting Gijon versus Real Madrid. Stuart.
I really, really like this one. Real Madrid turn things around in the Champions League, starting to look good. And Sporting Gijon, not a good side. Real Madrid minus 1.5, 2.16 for Bet Victor.
What did you say? Sorry, Real Madrid minus?
Real Madrid minus 1.5, 2.16 for Bet Victor.
Wow, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Barcelona versus Real Sociedad, Martin.
Yeah, I like this because Barcelona will be really quite humbled after that defeat they suffered in the Champions League in midweek. It happened against PSG, where they got really destroyed, and then they bounced back and they won in La Liga, but it was a very narrow victory. I don't think they'll be licking their wounds a little bit. So I think they'll beat Real Sociedad, but I don't think they'll beat them by a considerable margin. So I'm going to go for Barcelona and the under 3.5 goals at odds of 2.35.
Yeah, well, they'll be humbled by their Champions League match, but they'll also be humbled by the Malaga loss 2-0.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Fully humbled right now.
They will be humbled by all their season, I think.
Trying to wonder who they are,
Yeah.
I mean, they've got that fantastic attacking triumvirate, but nobody to win the ball in midfield, nobody to give them the ball, so they can't work their magic. And in defence, they are just all over the place at the moment. I still fancy them to beat Sociedad, though.
Yeah, hopefully. What are you going for, Stuart?
I'm going for both teams to score. Real Sociedad have been really, really good on the road in terms of their attacking. I think they've been like the 4th best attacking side away from home in La Liga. Really, really good. And to get close to evens, I thought was fantastic. 1.95 with Bet365.
Yeah. Well, let's hope it's a 2-1 then for Martin's bet. Do you think they'll score, Martin?
I think they could. I just looked it up. They've scored 21 goals in 15 away games, which puts them about 7th or something in the league for away goals. I mean, yeah, they've got a chance. They probably could score, but I think, yeah.
Let's not forget that also Neymar is missing for 3 matches, and he will miss also the derby with Real Madrid. So it's dangerous to bet on Barcelona right now. I think that we should be really careful on betting on Barcelona. I think we should take a look at an Asian handicap with plus for Real Sociedad.
Yeah, if there's value on that one. Yeah, surely they're going to win, though. They have to win, even without Neymar. You know, they're not a one-man band.
They've got any team that's got Messi and Suarez in it, it's going to be dangerous. We saw that with Real Madrid yesterday. They didn't play particularly well, but they've got Ronaldo in their team. He got the 2 goals that they needed. With players like Messi and Suarez.
Yeah, but after a red card, of course, they will get also the second one.
Yeah. Big Man's watching. Shout out to Big Man. He's done Real Madrid minus 1.5 large. Big Man backed the Real Madrid win against. I think a few of us were questioning his pick there, but it came through. So, Stu, you're going for that one as well, aren't you? Real Madrid minus 1.5.
I also thought there was a really, really good quote I saw on Facebook about Lionel Messi and the game he played midweek. It said Lionel Messi almost got his hat-trick against Juventus. He was only 3 goals away.
Oh, yeah, I gave it to you on Skype.
Yeah, I think, you probably said it too.
All right. Next, we've got Valencia versus Sevilla, Alex.
This has the potential to be a goal fest. If we take a look at their last 7 head-to-heads, 6 of them ended with both of them finding the back of the net, plus 5 of them also with the over 2.5. So this combination that I always like. Valencia is keeping a really good record against Sevilla when they're playing home. 5 back-to-back wins against Sevilla. So, but right now, I don't know. I'm not fancying to play the winners market. I'm going with my double, both teams to score in the over 2.5, 1.85. I think it will be more than that. I think that we will see also 4 goals might be.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Next, we've got Real Madrid versus Eibar, Alex.
Betis Sevilla versus Eibar, yeah. Betis Sevilla coming after 3 defeats in a row. Really poor performance. I think that if they didn't had a good first half of the season, right now after their performance in the second half, they would fight relegation. But they have to thank their first half of the season. But Eibar, it's such a wonderful team, and I said it from the start of the season that it will be one of the surprises of the season, and they are 7th place, Eibar, fighting with Real Sociedad for the 6th place, and also for a place in Europa League next year. I think that they will pull off the surprise. I don't consider that is a surprise, but like that the bookies are saying to us. But I will cover myself with draw no bet. Eibar with draw no bet at 1.97.
All right, so you're going for that away win there, covering yourself. And then last but never least is Stuart from Tipster HQ, Granada versus Celta Vigo.
And this is probably my bet of the week for La Liga. Celta Vigo win. 10th in La Liga against Granada, who are doing horribly. They've changed manager again recently. They've now got the exemplary Tony Adams, who's had 3 jobs in football and failed in all 3. He's now manager of Granada. And Celta Vigo playing up against them, and you can get 2.61. I will say that again, 2.61 with Pinnacle.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's a very good bet. Keep opposing Granada with someone like Tony Adams in the hot seat. That sounds like a very good idea.
That does sound like a very good idea. Good catch there, Stuart. Good way to end the show. That's nice. All right. Final part is a 2-team or 3-team parlay and your banker / mother-in-law bet. Who wants to kick it off?
I can go first if you want.
All right, go on, Stuart. What have you got?
Well, I think having just said it was my bet of the week, I've got to go for the Celta Vigo win against Granada as my banker. I know it's big odds, but wow, I've got to go for that. And for my double, I'm going to go for under 2.5 in Everton Burnley. And also, what was the other one? Both teams to score, yes, in Sunderland and West Ham. But that's my choices.
Okay, all right. Alex, let's move on to you.
My banker of the week is Chelsea with draw no bet 2.05, and my double of the week is Real to win at Gijón and Everton to win with Burnley.
Okay, Martin.
I think I'm going to go for Bilbao to beat Las Palmas for my banker, and then I will go for my accumulator. I'll go Everton, Juventus, Barcelona.
Okay, yeah, I like the Everton. For my banker, I absolutely love it. Everton -1, 1.75. That's my banker. I'm going to probably do a triple here. I'm going to do Everton, Roma, and what was the other one? Fiorentina. I'm going to do a triple because the odds are low. There we go, guys. Once again, thank you so much. Thank you both for all your hard work. I know we put time and effort into all of these bets throughout the week. And this is our best ones that we're giving. So it's super exciting. Best of luck for you at home. Bet responsibly. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you soon. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.